severe and cynical military aggression against Ukraine. Together with President Andrzej Duda, I was the last before the war to have the possibility to visit President Zelensky, and after several hours, the war started. Of course, this is absolutely an inappropriate act of aggression, and I think we have to use all the potential of deterrence in this situation. Unfortunately, it was not the case. We were not successful enough, not decisive enough to prevent Russia from this step, which is tragedy for Ukraine, which is tragedy for Europe, and which is tragedy for Russia itself. This is not only the war against Ukraine. This is a war against Europe, against democracy, against the international rules-based order. And I think we cannot take the luxury to be discussion club. I still believe in the potential, in the role of European Union in preventing such actions in the middle of Europe. And for this, we need to take actions. We can discuss, and discussions are useful, but we cannot be forever in the discussions. We can take decisions, and we are able to take decisions, also having in mind that we have 27 members of European Union on board. And, of course, we will talk about very broad range of sanctions. First of all, economic, financial, energy sanctions. We have to grant much more visible and transparent perspective for Ukraine on the path to European Union integration. We can talk, and we should talk today, about candidate status for Ukraine. And, of course, very broad-ranged support, financial, economic, social, political support to Ukraine right now. They highly need our support today. Tomorrow might be too late. This is the moment we have to act, because democracy, Europe, and all our values are at stake.
Sanctions against Russia have not worked until now. What makes you confident that this new package will?
I think we have to draw some lessons. Vladimir Putin showed disrespect to our efforts to solve this conflict peacefully.
And he lied.
Yes, and he lied many times. So this is the reason why we have to draw some lessons from this story and to be much more decisive. And sometimes we talk about secondary impacts, secondary effects, but in these discussions we lose a sense of the decisions. And the sense of the decisions, sense of the measures we take against Russia. The measures should be efficient, measures should be effective. If not, they lose their deterrence potential. This is the reason why sometimes our actions or our measures are just simply too weak. And I think this is a good moment to find where we were not right.
And sir, the Russians say the invasion has started. What we want is a new government, and come tomorrow, Zelensky may not even be the president. Would the EU contemplate debating, talking with a government that is installed by Russia? Or is the only person you would speak to Volodymyr Zelensky?
You know, I strongly believe in the right of the nation to choose a president, to choose a parliament, to choose a government. So, and nobody else can decide who must be the president of Ukraine, especially the third party, in this case Russia. So this
would not speak to a government that's put in there by Russia specifically. They say that's what they want.
It will be the government we cannot recognize. This will be the government like Belarus government, not legitimate. And by the way, we have to talk about the sanctions to Belarus, targeted at Belarus, because this country is fully available for military actions of Russia. Is actively participating in these military actions, and doing it against the brother nation, neighboring nation of Ukraine. So this is terrible, this is horrible, and we should condemn it, but not only with words, but with actions too.
Prezidente, lietuviškai ir diplomatinės kalbos dar gyvos. Ar diplomatinės kalbos dar gali tęstis, ar tai jau yra pabaiga?
Jeigu diplomatinės kalbos yra tik tai kalbos ir nėra priemonių, tai ko jos ir vertos? Priemonės yra būtinos tam, kad kalbos būtų pagrįstos realiais veiksmais. Priešingų atveju tai yra tik tai tuščia retorika.
Ar SWIFT bus kalbama, bus apstalo?
Aš manau, kad diskusijai bus iškeltas šitas klausimas, kaip pasibaigs, pažiūrėsim netrukus.
Against Russia have not worked until now. What makes you confident that this new package will?
I think we have to draw some lessons. To find where